Itaewon, Seoul, South Korea, October 30, 2022. Emergency officials said that at least 149 people, largely teens and young adults in their 20s, died in a crush on Saturday night when a large group of people enjoying Halloween pushed into an alley in the city of Seoul, South Korea. After the nation's COVID limitations and social segregation were relaxed, it was the city's first Halloween celebration in 3 years. Masks and Halloween costumes were worn by many partygoers. Choi Sung-byum, chief of the Yongsan fire station, gave a briefing at the site and confirmed that an additional 65 individuals were hurt in the melee in Seoul's Itaewon area. The officials noted that the death toll could climb and said that 19 of the injured were in serious condition and needing emergency care. According to other witnesses, as the evening wore on, the crowd became more rowdy and furious. Around 10:20 p.m., the incident happened. There were several falls during a Halloween festival, and there are many casualties, Choi said. A nightclub was close by for many of those who died. Women in their 20s made up the majority of the victims, according to Choi. Witnesses described chaotic situations just prior to the stampede, with the police, who had been deployed in advance of the Halloween celebration, occasionally unable to control the masses. Before the incident, according to Moon Joo-young, 21, there were obvious indications of unrest in the lanes. It was at least 10 times as packed as normal, he claimed. Hundreds of people were crammed into the small, sloping alley, making them immobile and crushed as emergency personnel and police attempted to extricate them. All of the fatalities, according to Choi, the Yongsan district fire chief, were most likely caused by the crowding in the only small alley. Numerous persons who looked to be unconscious were being treated in a haphazard manner by firefighters and bystanders in other footage. According to witnesses and fire officials, people were still pouring into the tight alley, which was already completely crowded, when those at the top of the slanted street fell, causing individuals below them to topple over one another. The mother of a survivor, who asked to remain anonymous, claimed her daughter and others were stuck in the tangle of onlookers in the alley for more than an hour before being freed. A nearby structure, according to a witness, had been converted into a temporary morgue. According to the witness, some 4 dozen remains were later brought to a government building and identified there using wheeled stretchers. Young South Koreans and foreigners alike frequent the Itaewon neighborhood, which had seen a dramatic fall in commerce over the previous 3 years due to the pandemic but was packed on Saturday for Halloween. Park Young-hoon, 21, said that from the scene, you would see enormous crowds during Christmas and fireworks, but this was several tenfolds bigger than any of that. The dead included 2 foreigners, and other victims were taken to nearby hospitals. In their condolence message, Vice President Joe Biden and his wife stated, "We grieve with the people of the Republic of Korea and give our best wishes for a speedy recovery to all those who were hurt." Learn more in a tweet. Rishi Sunak, the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, wrote, "All our thoughts are with those presently reacting and with all South Koreans at this most difficult moment." Curfews on pubs and restaurants and a cap of 10 for private meetings were eased in April as a result of the COVID pandemic's lessening. In May, the requirement for outdoor masks was lifted. Authorities stated that they were looking into the incident's precise cause. Since a boat sank in 2014, killing 304 people, mostly high school students, the accident is among the deadliest to hit the nation. South Korea was shocked by the sinking of the Seoul and the backlash against the government's response, and this caused a great deal of soul-searching about the country's safety regulations, which are likely to be renewed in the wake of Saturday's crush. President Yoon Suk-yeol presided over an urgent meeting with senior advisors and issued an order to form a task force to gather funding for medical care for the injured and to begin a thorough inquiry into what caused the calamity.